Hello, 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 hello. I'm a hello rap. I say hello all the time. Nah, I'm kidding. What's up, y'all? Actually, I was going to do beg rap. Well, I beg, I beg endlessly for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, all minutes. You know, I enter the palace. How Anonymous builds Rap Palace from zero. One conversation at a time by Gregory Anonymous Cherry. Second, second. Now I'm being goofy, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the story. Share my screen. Stop being too goofy, you know. Sometimes you gotta be goofy, you know. You ever be goofy on a Tuesday? On a Tuesday. Nah, but this story is called Enter the Palace. Anonymous Field Manual. The Anonymous Field Manual. The Anonymous Field Manual. How Anonymous builds Rap Palace from zero. One conversation at a time. By Gregory Anonymous Cherry. Second. Prologue. Zero. Anonymous had zero viewers. That number, that was the number that mattered. Not potential viewers, not people who said they would check it out later, not friends who vaguely remembered that he was working on that Rap Palace thing. Zero dependable viewers, zero predictable conversions, zero proof that somebody who had never met him could encounter Rap Palace, understand it, enjoy it, follow it, return to it, and eventually tell somebody else about it. Strangely, zero was useful. Zero did not flatter him. Zero did not care about his vision board. Zero had never once been impressed by a logo. Zero simply sat there on the imaginary scoreboard with the patience of a government office, waiting, waiting, waiting for somebody to produce the correct paperwork. Anonymous stared at his notebook. At the top of the page, he had written, written, Rap Palace, Rap Palace. Beneath it, see, arrow towards stop, arrow towards show, arrow towards sell, arrow towards spread. First you see, then you stop, then you show, then you sell, then you spread. 5 words. That was the machine. Everything else would have to earn its place. He had spent enough time thinking like a creator. Now he needed to learn to think like an operator. A creator asks, what should I make? An operator asks, what happened after I made it? Did somebody stop? Did somebody watch? Did somebody follow? Did somebody return? Did somebody support? Did somebody bring somebody else? These or those, not these, those. It's an O instead of a E. Those questions were significantly less glamorous than imagining millions of followers. They was also considerably more useful. Anonymous drew another line. Another line. Another line. Stranger, then viewer, then follower, then regular, then supporter, then ambassador. There it was. The entire Rap Palace empire reduced to arrows on a notebook paper. No complicated, not complicated, complicated marketing vocabulary was required. A stranger had to become something else. Then that person had to become something else again. Anonymous couldn't control whether 1 million people love Rap Palace. He can control whether the next person understood it. So that became the mission. Not 1 million, one. Find one person, earn one stop, earn one view, earn one follow, earn one return, then do it again. Rap Palace would begin at 0. Chapter 1. The first door. Anonymous woke up the next morning without a marketing department. This was mildly inconvenient, considering he intended on building a media company. There was no advertising advertising agency near the. There was no advertising agency downstairs. No social media department awaited his instructions. No sales manager had prepared a spreadsheet. There wasn't even an intern whose primary professional responsibility was pretending to understand analytics. There was Anonymous, a phone, a notebook, Rap Palace, and the 5 words: see, stop, show, sell, spread. He begun with the first C. The temptation was to declare that everyone was the Rap Palace audience. That sounded ambitious. It was also useless. A person interested in hip hop might enter Rap Palace through music. A person interested in technology might enter the Rap Palace through the Rap Palace Tech Report. A podcast listener might want conversations. A person who loves fictional universes might want the rap verse. An entrepreneur might care about business discussions. Someone looking for entertainment might simply want something funny. Different doors, same palace. Anonymous realized his first mistake before he had even approached anybody. He had been thinking about Rap Palace from the inside. He knew all the rooms. A stranger did. A stranger was standing outside. His job wasn't to explain the whole building. His job was to find the correct door. His job wasn't to explain the entire building. His job was to find the correct door. He wrote, Lesson 1. Never show somebody the whole palace when they only want one door. That became his first field principle, the first approach. Later that day, Anonymous entered the field. The first stranger appeared. Immediately, every beautifully written marketing principle in his notebook attempted to act, extravate, leave his brain. extravate. I cannot say that word. Evacuate his brain immediately. Every beautifully written marketing principle in his notebook attempted to evacuate his brain. This was peculiar thing about sales training. A sentence sounded magnificent when practiced alone. Then another human being appeared. Suddenly, the English language became experimental. Anonymous remembered the system. Don't sell, interview. He approached. Quick question. What do you normally watch when you're actually trying to be entertained? Hip hop, podcast, tech, comedy, or stories? The stranger looked at him. Hip hop mostly. There it was. Not a sale. Information. Anonymous continued. Who do you normally watch? The person answered. What makes you actually follow somebody instead of just watching the clip and moving on? Another answer. Anonymous, listen, that was important. Salespeople sometimes ask questions merely so they can enjoy the sound of themselves answering it. Anonymous wasn't going to do that. The interview had a purpose. He was locating the door. The strangers had essentially handed him a map. The stranger had essentially handed him a map. Hip hop, short stories, or hip hop, short videos, personality. Those were the clues. Anonymous pulled out his phone. That's exactly why I'm asking. I'm building Rap Palace. Let me show you something. He selected one clip, not seven. Not the entire history of Rap Palace, beginning from the foundation of the universe. One clip, 30 seconds. Then something uncontrollable happened. Anonymous became quiet. A clip played. A stranger watched. Anonymous resisted the urge to narrate his own video while the person was already watching the video. 30 seconds later, the stranger looked up. That was actually pretty good. Anonymous, Anonymous noticed the word actually. He decided not to investigate the emotional implications. Instead, he moved to the next stage, sale. But the sale wasn't money. Follow us. That way you can catch the next one. The stranger followed. Anonymous looked at the screen. There it was. One. His first measurable conversion. A stranger had became a viewer. The viewer had became a follower. The system worked once proved almost nothing, but once was infinitely more useful than zero. Chapter 2. The first scoreboard. That night, Anonymous refused to celebrate the follower count. Instead, he opened the notebook. Contacts, 1. Conversions, 1. Demonstrations, 1. Followers, 1. That was 100% conversion rate. Anonymous stared suspiciously at that number. He immediately understood he had accidentally created the greatest marketing organization in recorded history. He also understood that was a sample size of one was ridiculous. Tomorrow, he would approach more people. The scoreboard needed volume. He created 7 columns. First, contacts. Second, conversions. Third, demos. Fourth, follows. Fifth, comments. 6, shares. 7, supporters. Now, Rap Palace had instrumentation. This changed everything. Before the scoreboard, a bad day could feel like failure. After the scoreboard, a bad day contained information. Suppose anonymous pro approached 25 people, 15 stopped, 10 watched, 5 followed. That would tell him several things. His approach converted 60% of contacts into conversions. Two-thirds of these, or two-thirds of those conversions, became demonstrations. Half of those demonstrations became followers. The question was no longer, am I good at marketing? The question was emotionally interesting and operationally worthless. The useful questions were, where are people leaving? Why? What changes tomorrow? Anonymous wrote another principle. Don't judge the day, read the day. Don't judge the day, read the day. The second scoreboard was there to insult him. It was there to tell him the truth. It was there to tell him the truth. Chapter 3. Stop. The next challenge was attention. Anonymous discovered very quickly that strangers had places to be. Some were walking, some were texting, some had headphones, some appeared to be conducting highly classified operations involving grocery bags. Nobody had scheduled their afternoon around receiving the Rap Palace presentation. That meant the opening mattered. Would you like to hear about Rap Palace Week? Can I have a minute? Expensive. Please follow my page, Premature. Instead, quick question. You more into hip hop, tech, podcast, comedy, or stories? That worked better. It gave the other person control. It also created curiosity. Anonymous began experimenting. He did not manipulate people, he only observed them. He observed them. He did not manipulate people, he observed them. Which opening created conversion? Which created confusion? Which sounded natural? Which sounded like a salesperson had been assembled in a laboratory? Every evening he reviewed the numbers. Eventually, he discovered that his strongest conversions happened when he stopped trying to sound impressive. Simple win, clear win, curious win. The lesson became attention isn't taken, it's earned. Attention isn't taken, it's earned. Chapter 4. Show. The demonstration became the centerpiece of the system. Anonymous built what he called the Rap Palace Clip Vault. Instead of scrolling desperately through his phone whenever someone expressed interest, he organized the strongest material: hip hop, technology, podcasts, comedy, stories, motivation, business. Each category had several proven clips. Now the interview determined the demonstration. Someone said technology, tech clip. Someone said stories, rap verse. Someone said hip hop, culture clip. The system became faster. More importantly, it became personal. Anonymous was learning one of the deepest principles of selling. People gradually, genuinely cared considerably more about their interests than his inventory. People genuinely cared considerably more about their interests than his inventory. Rap Palace might contain 50 things. The prospects, the prospect cared about the three relevant to them. So Anonymous stopped selling inventory. He matched, he started matching value. Started matching value. Chapter 5. Sale. The word sale initially bothered him because Rap Palace wasn't supposed to become one enormous commercial. Then he understood the distinction. Selling meant asking for action. Selling meant asking for action. Every piece of content needed a next step. Watch, follow, comment, subscribe, share, attend, support. The mistake wasn't asking for all seven simultaneously. The mistake was asking for all seven simultaneously. Anonymous created the one action rule. Every interaction had one primary close. The person had never seen Rap Palace, watched. If they watched and enjoyed it, follow. They already followed, comment. If they regularly engaged, watch the full show. If they loved the community, share. If they valued the operation and wanted to help financially, support. And if they value the operation and wanted to help financially, support. Each action naturally opened the possibility of the next. The tunnel became a staircase rather than a cliff. Chapter 6. Spread. One afternoon, after someone followed Rap Palace, Anonymous asked a new question. Who do you know that would actually like this? The follower immediately named someone. Send them that clip. The message went out. Anonymous watched the screen. Something clicked. He had been thinking about followers as destinations. They were. They weren't. They were potential intersections. Every person knew other people. Rap Palace didn't need to discover every viewer directly. Eventually, viewers could discover viewers. He wrote, the best follower doesn't just return. The best follower brings somebody. The Bring One to the Palace campaign has begun, was born. The Bring One to the Palace campaign was born. Every podcast ended with the same challenge. Don't spam 10 people. Choose one. Choose someone who would genuinely enjoy the episode. Send it. The instruction was simple enough to remember and specific enough to perform. And that's all today. Coming next, Chapter 7, the podcast machine. Stay tuned for more at the Rap Palace. Also, if you know anyone or you would like to support, hit the cash icon if you're on Rumble. If you're on YouTube, you're free to drop a comment, to drop a like, to drop a share to help this channel grow. Uh, and thank you for watching and enjoying my stories as I grow into the bigger channel. Rap loves y'all, and I will continue to be my goofy self and bring you best content that I can. Thank you for all y'all support. Drop a comment, bring someone new, and support, support, support. Thank you, thank you, thank you.